Harvard is known as, well, it's historically known, and it's kind of, received the image. It's kind of like an icon, right? When you look at Harvard and the way that it's portrayed in media or movies or just culture in general, it's considered to be the most elite university in our country, right? You say, oh, where are you going to school? Harvard, right? It's traditionally known as the hardest school in the country to get into, or at least it used to be, right? The most prestigious university in our nation. Famous all around the world. So it's really funny to hear these liberals say things like, oh, Harvard is nothing without its international students. Well, maybe that's the problem, right? Maybe they should go back to the time when Harvard was just for, what did they say? It was elite white Christian males. I'm not saying that only white people or Christian males should be allowed to go to Harvard, but it seems like the standards for Harvard actually matched what Harvard was supposed to represent back in the day when it was predominantly a white Christian school for elite men, right? Who were scholarly and well-learned. I'm not saying that it should just be an all-white school, but, with the admission of foreign students and with the implementation of DEI practices to give people who really didn't earn a seat at the table, right? You see a lot of discrimination against people who, like American Asian students, for example, who had to take their case all the way to the Supreme Court because these universities didn't want to give American Asian students admissions, even though they had the highest SAT scores, because, well, they wanted to have more Black kids and more Hispanic kids or more gay kids, lesbians, right? Whatever, trannies. So we've seen that these universities clearly are not based off merit. They are DEI hotbeds of Marxism. And now we've seen also hotbeds of Islamic terrorism. And that's the reason why President Trump is taking the steps that he's taking.